Hey everyone, welcome back to Thrasher. I'm Insetik. With me on this video is Blank Tester.
Hey kids, how's it going?
And Skylar.
Hello.
And on this video, we're back in San Francisco. We're going to see the other two San Fran levels, the Hills, and then its challenge, or its competition level, Embarcadero. Just real quick, I want to describe the Hills in 20 seconds since there's something else I want to talk about. They roll straight with the gimmick of, you think of San Francisco and you think of those long, steep hills. It's like one kind of winding run from the top down to the bottom, with different tricking opportunities along the way, kind of based on what part you're on. So, kind of roll around, explore the level, sort of have an idea in mind for what you want to do, and avoid the bus. Because pretty much, you'll probably want to start your timer, at the top and work your way down so you're not stuck in one area for the whole 2 minutes. Your character gets very tired trying to get back up, and it's back up the hills, and it's kind of slow. Alright, so...
I was just gonna say that, when I played this game, this level always reminded me of Downhill from the Tony Hawk series.
Yeah.
From the first level, or the first game.
Right.
Yeah. Because it's always that weird thing when levels are, this linear, where it's just you're going downhill, try to score, if you get to the end, you're kind of screwed.
Every other level is like a square area, and then this is just kind of one path. But like I said, you can go back up, but it's gonna take your time. So yeah, Skylar played this game as a kid, and he did a more recent playthrough, sounds like.
Yeah.
Do you remember what character you picked?
I'm pretty sure we're playing the same guy.
Cyrus.
Yeah,
because
the beanie guy.
Looking at the Thrasher gameplay that people have put on YouTube, a lot of people pick Cyrus. And either Cyrus or Axel. And, I said I picked Cyrus because he looked balanced to me, but maybe there was something a bit more that I subconsciously noticed. And so I want to talk about the characters, because I looked at them, I looked at their stats, and I noticed that they don't all have the same amount of stats.
Yeah.
Like, same stat distribution numbers. And in fact, between the character with the least and the character with the most, there is a 10-point difference. And the character with the most has 46, so that's almost like some characters have 4/5 of the stats others do. Let's look at Roach, for instance. Roach is tied for least stats at 36, least stat points, and he's heavily focused onto street skating. Tech, quick flip tricks, longer grinds. He has a 3 in Ollie. Oh, and I should mention, no character has less than a 3 out of 10 in anything, so 3's the worst. Actually, I'll get back up to that after we see kind of who the cop is for this level. It's a little different, it's not a human. It's a very, very good boy, actually.
Oh!
Yeah.
I remember when I first played this game as a kid, younger, and I got so fucking scared when I played this game. Not of the dog, but the one time where your character just looks like he just gets shot. I was just like, wait.
Yeah, okay, so Roach has a 3 in Ollie, a 10 in Tech, which is speed of flip tricks, 4 in Spin, 10 in Balance, 5 in Landing, 4 in Speed. So he's very specialized towards street skating, like I said. Let's look at a character who has 39 stat points. We'll look at Scab. He has a 7 in Ollie, 3 in Tech, 4 in Spin, 5 in Balance, but 10 in Landing and 10 in Speed. He's one of the vert-based characters. His whole thing is he can land anything, and he'll get massive air, because he has a 10 in Speed. Now let's look at Cyrus, who has the most stat points. This balanced character has 10 in Ollie, so maybe that's a specialty, 7 in Tech, 8 in Spin, 7 in Balance, 7 in Landing, 7 in Speed. He doesn't have worse than a 7 out of 10 in anything, and he never is less than 3rd best in any stat. There's nothing he is bottom of the pack on. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's go for a swim.
Holy shit.
I'm pretty sure the reason I picked him in my most recent playthrough was because of the stats. because the balance thing, obviously.
Yeah, like, he looks balanced, and then he also just looks really good.
Yeah, and I'm not even doubting what the
fuck?
What? Talk about air.
Yeah, I got that Thrasher tech going.
Yeah.
But, I wouldn't doubt myself of the reason why I played him as a kid is because he had a shoulder tattoo. And probably as a kid, I thought that was, like, the dopest shit, but...
Nice.
And now that you're old enough to have a shoulder tattoo...
It's not as cool.
It's not as cool.
Yeah, so there's... Oh, and now we're on Embarcadero, the San Fran competition. This is another really well laid out course.
Yeah.
And, like, sure, it's kind of still difficult, first time through, but, like, gives you opportunities for everything. It's great. And that fountain, that's kind of hard to make your way around, but if you can, like, successfully jump some of those gaps, your multiplier will shoot way up. You'll get that suicidal, and it'll go to, like, 3 times, 4 times multiplier. Yeah. So it's worth maybe checking out if you're confident.
This game was really good for that.
Yeah, but back to the characters, since I do want to kind of cover them in this video. So there are 3 kinds of characters, really. The street-focused, the vert-focused, and the overpowered. Because Axel is also pretty dang good. I see, if people aren't playing Cyrus, they're playing Axel. 10 in ollie, 5 tech, 7 spin, 4 balance, 8 landing, 9 speed. So there are some stuff he's not great at, but he's still good enough. In fact, I just think the vert characters are probably the hardest to play through. You can just see how street-focused this game is. Yeah. There's so many flip tricks, and, to do like a grab or a spin, you have to initiate those instead of a flip trick. Yeah. So, like, I think, like, let's take Jasmine. Okay, let's look at her stats. And she's also tied for least number of stats. She has 36, too. 6 ollie, 5 tech, 10 spin, that's her focus. 3 balance, 6 landing, 6 speed. So you don't want to do flip tricks and grabs, but she can do 360s where other characters can only do 180s. And to that I say, so what? You're very limited in your grabs. Your flip tricks, you have a ton of them, and then you have nollies and fakies, but grabs, you just have like 8 once you get to the end. And spinning is, again, something that you have to commit to doing. So you do a spin and grab, you're not going to do a flip trick or a grind or whatever. I just don't think you'll get enough points for it to really work out. You might, sure, you can do 360s where other characters can do 180s. Sure, you can do a 720 when no other character can. But does that really get you enough points in the long run? So, I don't know, maybe other people that have played this game, maybe talk to me in the comments if you do think you can do really well with Jasmine or Scab. But I feel like that would be the super hard mode.
Yeah. Can I say one thing about the characters? The way they're set up?
Sure.
Looking at it, I'm kind of thinking maybe because this game went out to be, like a realistic simulation of skateboarding, right? I'm wondering if they did it so it's like, yeah, people are just gonna be better than other people. It's just how it works.
Yeah, that could be it. That could be an intentional decision like that.
Yeah, and, the vert thing, like you were saying, it's a Thrasher game, so of course it's going to be more street-oriented, because that's what Thrasher is, so having vert characters not being as good just kind of feels like it's par for the course.
Right, but that also just kind of feels like a slap in the face, sort of. Like, I could point to the Tony Hawk series and say that that game's built for any type of playing. Which, again, is kind of one of the reasons that got ahead.
Yeah, and I mean, like, that's just kind of a game design thing. Like, when you might make it realistic, but, like, if there's huge pitfalls to playing one way and no pitfalls to playing the other way, that's just bad game design. I mean, like, there are lots of games in other genres that fall into traps like this, where, like, Skyrim is pretty notorious for, like, you can play any way you like, except stealth archery is always the way to go. That will always get you the best results. Or like, APB Reloaded, you can be either the cops or the criminals, but if you're the criminals, you can just kill people. And if you're the cops, you have to, like, avoid killing civilians. So then it's like, what's the fucking point?
But can I counter that and say, maybe they want to kind of make a sports game, and sports games You could play as your favorite team, but if your favorite team sucks, it's going to be harder to play as them.
Well, that's just it. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's not great game design.
Well,
because then the players aren't enjoying the game as much. I mean, isn't that the point of a game? Like,
I mean, even kind of like Madden and those professional sports games, are really emphasizing make your own team. Yeah. And sure, now they're emphasizing buy our card packs for $10 and you might get Gronkowski, but everyone tries to get the best cards and get the best players on their custom team. It's not like Madden 19 is going to come out and lock you into, you have to play as the Miami Dolphins with the Miami Dolphins roster.
Though I gotta say, that would be kind of an interesting take on it.
Right.
Like, but just sign a deal with a single team, and then the campaign mode is you playing as that team.
I mean, that's an option for single player, but, they're leaning more and more into the make the best you can.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was the rest of San Francisco. Next time, we'll actually be heading out of the USA and going international in our quest for skateboarding stardom next time on Thrasher.